Alright, okay. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good morning, everybody. Welcome the new year. Happy New Year, everybody. This is such a productive way to start the year. We're gonna have a class, okay? Thank you for being here. And today we will start with the persuasive speech. Actually, if you have been following through on our I discuss notes, we have started on the persuasive speeches actually. Okay, and today what's gonna happen is this is seminar 3, right? So seminar 3, we're gonna discuss the two types of persuasive speeches that we cover in our class, which are the persuasive speech itself and also idea pitching. Okay, that's gonna happen here in seminar 3, and then in seminar 4 you will be presenting live. Your pitching you will present live. So seminar 4 is actually will be dedicated to your second assessment, which is the pitching, and it's gonna be 20% of your marks, so you're gonna present that live. Okay, and then on seminar 5 we're just gonna have a bit of a downtime again. And so that's going to be a refresher for the Monroe motivated sequence, which we will look at today. And also it's going to be a consultation class. So you can bring your plans for the persuasive speech, and we'll take a look at that because the final assessment, the persuasive speech that uses the Monroe motivated sequence, that one will have to be submitted via recording like your informative speech. Okay. For your information, I have finished marking the informative speech, and I will be sharing the marks with you later today. Not right now, later today, so that you know how well you did. And I think actually a lot of you did very, very well, which is really, really good. Okay, now let's start with the Monroe motivated sequence. Have you taken a look at what Monroe motivated sequence is? Have you? Have you heard of the MMS, as we call it? No, don't know. Okay. You have not started on the notes. Okay, then we have to kind of cover everything. All right. Let's go. Monroe motivated sequence. Okay, now Monroe motivated sequence is a style that is started by Mr. Monroe. Not Marilyn Monroe. It's a different Monroe, another American. And what it does is it takes listeners on an emotional journey. Okay, because in order for you to persuade people to do anything, they have to be emotionally invested in whatever that you want to say. Okay, so Monroe motivated sequence is designed to get people to be emotionally interested in that thing and feel like I have to do something about it because I care about this thing much now. Okay, so that's what it does. And there are videos that I have put on the iClass, which shows you how it affects people's emotion. You can take a look at that. Okay, but very, very simple. It has 5 steps, which first is you need to get people's attention. Okay, that's common in any kind of speech at all. You need to get people's attention, and then it's not enough to get their attention. You have to make them care, and you have to retain their attention. And how you do that is by showing them that they need this thing. Okay, it's not that I want to persuade you about this. I want to help you because you have this need, and I want to fulfill that need for you. Okay, so that's why it's very, very important for you to think about who your audience is. Okay, it's even more important than in informative speech. In persuasive speech, you have to think about who am I talking to? What do they care about? how do I get them to care about what I want them to care about? Okay, does that make sense so far?
Yes, miss.
All right. Okay. So after you've shown them that, hey, this is a problem that is bothering you actually, so you have a need to solve this problem. Now I'm going to satisfy you by showing you the solution. Right? So the satisfaction stage is just telling people, this is the solution. This is what I want you to do. This is what you can do about this issue. Okay? And so that one can be quite short actually. And then it goes into the visualization. Okay, visualization, as the name suggests, it just gives people a picture or helps them visualize what's going on. Okay, so it can be positive visualization, means if you follow my suggestions, if you take my if you do what I tell you to do, here are the good things that will happen to you. Okay, so that's positive visualization. Or you can go the negative route and you can say, hey, it is very important that you do what I tell you to do. Otherwise, here are the negative consequences. Can also positive or negative route. Okay. And if you remember previously, we talked a lot about evidence. Where's the evidence? What are the statistics? What have happened? What when they did this in a different country, what was the success rate, for example? All right, so all that will be in the visualization, right? Because you will say, in Uganda they did this and there was an 83% success rate. So if we do it here, we can also see an 83% improvement, hopefully, in whatever we're doing. Okay. And then last one, action. Action is just like, it's a call to action. It's asking your listeners to do something very, very specific. What is it that you want them to do? So basically, the whole speech, whatever you are persuading them to do, tell them that. Again, remind them, okay? At the end of this speech, I'm ending my speech now. After this, immediately go do this thing. What is it? Okay? And it has to be something very, very specific that they can do right then. Okay? For example, they can go vote for something or register for something, donate for something. They can sign up for something, right? Or they can stand up and walk around. A specific action that you want them to take at the end of the speech. Okay, is that all right? Any issues or questions? Okay. If you are okay, right? I don't wish to go through the rest of the slide, because the rest of the slide, these are different examples now, different examples of speech. And if you follow, contohnya, if you choose any of these titles, then the rest of the speech is these are the points. Okay, and you can follow the rest of it. What would you do for specific questions? So I'm not gonna do that with you. You can do that yourself. Okay, but what I would like to do with you today is rather look at the basic ideas. Okay, basic ideas. So what I would like you to do right now is think about, what is the title? What is your persuasive speech going to be later? Okay, so when you are submitting your recording on week 14, what's the title of that speech? Okay, I would like you to think about what the title is. And then, okay, I would like you to think about your audience. Who are you addressing? Okay, who are you addressing? And then prove their need. Okay, so 3 things: the title itself, who is the audience, and what are the needs of that group of people that you can address from your speech. Okay, contoh lah, if I said I didn't want to go through this. Okay, contoh, vaping is dangerous, right? So vaping is dangerous. If you take that topic, then your audience can be different groups. Can be people who have not started smoking, started vaping. Can be school children, maybe. Okay, so there the need would be different from if your group is actually vapers, people who have started vaping, and what you want to talk with them would be different. Okay, so with people who have not started vaping, your speech will be all about don't start vaping, right? But with people who have started vaping, then the whole speech will be about stop vaping, and I will persuade you that it's a very bad idea to continue vaping, and here are the evidence, and here's what you can do to stop vaping. Okay, nampak tak the difference there when you choose the different audience? Yeah? All right. Okay, good. Fantastic. That's great. Okay, so now what I would like to do is kind of take a few minutes, maybe like 3 to 5 minutes, for you to sit down and think about what is your title that you want to do for your persuasive speech later, and then think about the audience and think about the needs. Okay, and then we'll come back here and we'll think about we will compare your ideas, and then I can point out some things. Okay, and where is it? Where is it? Stop presenting. Stop presenting. Okay. You can even already, if you remember our submission checklist, you can put your PS title here, right? This is your PS title. Okay. We'll take a look at that in 5 minutes. So we'll be back at around 9, and we'll talk about the different ideas that you have for your persuasive speech. Go ahead. Persuasive speech title, who's the audience, and what are their needs?
Have you ever wondered what is the best way to learn the code in a way that you can easily understand without speeding through the foundations or overlooking advanced details? And especially without spending Yo, why the fuck are you? Come here. Come here. What the fuck is this? Yo, come here. I think you go together. Come here.
America, 1 in 3 males under the age of 30 has not had sex in the last 12 months.
The point that he claims to be making in this video is that we're producing too many of the most dangerous people in the world, which he says is the young, broke, and alone man. And I find it interesting that he started the video by talking about how much sex they're having, because we shouldn't be measuring men's mental health or their amount of success by the frequency in which they're having intercourse. But if you really want to have that conversation, then I think you have to at least acknowledge that men are lonely for the same reasons they aren't having sex. Because that lack of emotional intelligence that prevents them from having intimate experiences is also what's prohibiting them from having healthy relationships. It's also why we're seeing married men who aren't having sex and lonely men who are having an abundance of it. But insisting that this is somehow the fault of women is wrong, because a man's stability should never be dependent on his level of access to a woman's body. And to imply that it is takes responsibility off the person who actually needs to be doing the work. Men aren't getting angrier because they aren't having sex. They aren't having sex because they're angry. And until we stop pretending like sex is the fundamental building block of masculinity, we aren't going to see healthier men or better relationships with women.
As we're approaching the end of the year, I first of all want to say a massive thank you from the bottom of my heart to every single person that has supported me this year and kept me going. There have definitely been some ups and downs, but it's been wonderful nevertheless. Secondly, I want to remind you that a new year does not have to mean a new you. And also, instead of creating New Year's resolutions, why not start some of those ones that you didn't do at the beginning of 2022? I also want you to reflect on the past year.
Hi guys, we are back and we would like to hear some of your ideas in terms of the persuasive speech, what you will do and what you what are the needs that you will address, right? We have had some very good questions on the chat. So first question is, can it be the same title as the IS? Yes, it can, but it has to be bigger than that a little bit, in a sense, bigger, because in the informative speech you just want to inform people, so whatever they're doing with that afterwards, none of your business, okay? But with the persuasive speech, you want them to do something specific about it, okay? So like the example that I gave on the chat was, if you say, smoking is bad for you, informative speech, then for the persuasive, you want to take that one step further and say, stop smoking now. And so in the speech also, you will discuss like what are the specific steps that you can do to help you stop smoking right now, right? So that's an example. Excuse me, that's an example of how the informative speech and the persuasive speech can be different, okay? Another question that we got on the chat was, is it okay to have two things and compare them, and then at the end of it say that one is better? You want to avoid that for the persuasive speech, because you just want to focus on your one thing, right? Because if you are having a comparison, then you're gonna have to deal with two different things, And then sometimes that can be confusing for your audience. And what if you have an audience who's like, you know, I actually like the other thing. So it's like not a very good strategy in this case, right? And if you think about how persuasive speech or even actually pitching later, right? It's kind of sort of a marketing thing. So you can see how it might be unethical for you to say, you know, hey, I'm selling product A and my product A is fantastic, but look at product B is shitty. So that's not a very ethical thing to do. So you want to avoid any kind of comparison like that. Okay, all right. Now, do we have some titles and needs that we have? Okay, maybe I'll stop presenting this one and I will present a how do you start a speed scale up? Okay. There you go. You can go and conteng on that tab. Okay. Action, need, satisfaction, visualization, action. Okay. Anyone has any title? Come on, don't worry about it. Okay, if you are on the right track, then that's fantastic. If you are not, then I can point you in the right direction, right? Okay, maybe we start with one. We start with, katalah, it's about like stop smoking tadi kan? Stop smoking. Okay, who is the audience? Smokers. Okay, so you are right? So you are talking to smokers. Okay. So why do they need to stop smoking? First thing, okay. Right, because it is unhealthy, right? Smoking causes smoking leads to many diseases lah. Okay. Okay, so it's something like that. Okay, so you start with the needs. Okay, you start with the needs. Once you know what the needs is, then you can do all the other things, right? So contoh here, for the attention. If we are talking about smoking leading to many diseases, how will you do the attention? How will you get people's attention? This one you can do many different things. Contohnya, you can say, you can, on stage, right? Show pictures of smoking related diseases, right? And then maybe, sometimes the pictures are not clear, so you ask your audience, can you guess what caused this? And so you get their engagement there. Ataupun contohnya, let's say, you might share personal story. Katalah, father died of lung cancer caused by smoking. Okay, so ni is one strategy. This one is a different strategy. Okay, don't do both, only do one. But I want to show you that you are doing the attention in the same line that matches the need. Right? It's not like random, tiba-tiba tunjuk gambar rokok je. It's not related to the disease. This one is related to the disease, right? Another one is you can, contohnya, show statistics about diseases related to smoking. Contoh, those are all different strategies that you can use. Make sense? We okay? Yep. All right. Okay. And then the satisfaction. Well, the satisfaction is very simple. That is macam this one is, just stop smoking. Okay. But it's not just stop smoking. You have to give us a specific way of stopping smoking. Contohnya, here, join stop smoking class. At your local KK, klinik kesihatan. Local KK lah. Local klinik kesihatan. Contoh, nampak tak? It's a very specific step. Okay, it's not just stop smoking. Yang ni general. This one, make it very specific. That's how you satisfy the audience. Okay, that's how you show them what they can do. Okay, and the satisfaction needs to be very specific so that you can have the visualization. Okay, one here, okay, when you have visualization, when you say, okay, now we say this is what we are going to do, right? First you can help them by saying, okay, what is a stop smoking class? How does it look like? Who is the teacher? Who are the classmates? Contohlah, okay, who are the participants? Right? And then you can say, does it cost a lot of money? Okay, itu satu. That's how you show, alamak. That's how you show the visualization, right? You want to give them a picture of it. What is it? Okay, and then not only what is it, but you want to tell them how it is going to solve the problem. Okay, so this one, this is where you give us statistics of success, contohnya. Okay, statistics of success, or sometimes you might get testimony from graduates. Okay, apa lagi? How is it going to solve the problem? Statistics of success. And you may have a little macam interview with experts saying how the class can help you change your life. Okay, contoh lah. Okay, and then last one, just the action is sign up for a stop smoking class today. Okay, you can even say at the end of your speech, I have the sign up sheet here, or scan this QR code to sign up to register for our class. Our next class will be next Wednesday, contohnya. Okay, nampak tak the flow? Yeah? Okay, fantastic. Alright, so let me see. Can we get like one example from you guys and we can work it out? And if we work out a sample like this, then afterwards all you have to do is actually write the speech. Isi dia dah settle. Oh, okay, we have one question on the chat. Attention tu mesti related to content ke? Let's say if we're talking something about fitness, attention to we introduce. Yes, attention must be related to the content. It must be related to the content, otherwise it will be jarring lah, right? It will be macam tiba. Tadi cakap ni, tiba-tiba cakap ni. Alright, so yes, it has to be related. Okay, now this is another question. If you are talking about fitness, attention to we introduce ourselves with our qualification, can, right? And that actually ties in with the idea of credibility. If you remember credibility, you want to have the credibility so that people will believe you and trust you, and people will think, yeah, I should listen to this person, right? So let's say contohnya if you are discussing fitness and you are a certified Zumba instructor ke, ataupun maybe contohnya you are a mixed martial arts champion, so that's why you're running this mixed martial arts fitness class, right? So then people will say, oh betul lah dia ni, memang dia pandai, somebody that we should listen to. Okay, ataupun contoh lagi, maybe the speaker was once overweight, right? And then they've gone through a journey where they're now at a healthy weight, and they are also advocating for other people to live a healthy lifestyle because they were in danger of getting contohnya diabetes ke whatever ke. They were at risk before, but now they are much healthier. So somebody who has gone through the journey, then you can feel, oh, I can listen to this person, they know what they're talking about. Okay, all right. We should avoid clickbaiting to be credible. That actually depends. We should avoid clickbaiting if you can't deliver. But I feel like sometimes when clickbaiting done right, it's actually fantastic, because clickbaits are a very good attention grabber, right? All the questions you go like, oh, I wanna know more about this thing. Okay, but the problem with clickbaits is that sometimes the idea is like, huh? Tadi, like, I wanted to find out about this, but like now they're talking about something else, right? So that's where clickbaits are disappointing. But if you give a title that's like clickbaiting, but then your content is actually answering that question, then that's cool. That's a strategy that you can use. Okay. Now, oh, I wanted to point out something. Okay, now here, what we have on the screen here is a speech plan. If the audience was smokers tau. Okay. But contohnya, with stop smoking, it's a bit difficult. Okay. You can change it a bit. It's to make like not stop smoking, but like avoid smoking, and then the audience might be non-smokers. The audience might be non-smokers, and then the whole thing here, it's not join a stop smoking class lah. It will be something else, something like, you know, maybe macam tak relevan sangat lah contoh stop smoking ni. Has to be a different example. Anyway, do we have anything that we're thinking of? Any titles or ideas or questions? Okay. All right. If you have nothing to ask, then what I would like to do is give you a few minutes to kind of digest what I've said there about the Monroe motivated sequence. And when we come back, we're going to talk about the pitching. Okay, so it's going to be same but slightly different. So I'm going to give you a bit of time. We'll come back at 9:25. 9:25, and then we'll talk about the pitching. Right? I'll see you in a bit.